Hi students, welcome to our next session of Fundamentals of Forensic Science. So in this session we are going to discuss about the topic functions of forensic science. So we saw so many needs for this forensic science, and what are the reasons, what are the factors responsible for the emergence of forensic science and the scientific technology. Then what does the forensic science do, and how it is helping for the crime investigation? What are the functions of forensic science that we are going to see now? Forensic science provides answers to the following questions: has a crime been committed? How and when was the crime committed? And who committed the crime? So for these three questions, forensic science will provide answers. Has a crime committed? Consider the case of recovery of a dead body. Death could be natural, accidental, or it could be homicidal. We don't know the cause of the death. Forensic science, by ascertaining the nature of the death, establishes the existence or absence of corpus delicti. It is true for non-death crimes also. That is, if in some place, if any dead body is recovered from any place, maybe the death could be natural or accidental. We don't know what is the reason, cause of the death. But by seeing the body of crime, that is the dead body, corpus delicti means it is the body of a crime. Body of a crime means there should be a proof to establish that the crime has occurred here. That body is called as corpus delicti. So forensic science ascertain the nature of death and establishes the existence or absence of corpus delicti. It is true for non-death crimes also. Then next question is, how and when was the crime committed? So the examination of the corpus delicti, the evidentiary clues and the scene of crime can possibly indicate the time when it was committed. So when we see the dead body, when the investigating officer is examining the dead body, and the nearby clues from the crime scene, the evidentiary clues from the crime scene, the forensic scientist, they can indicate the time of death and when it is committed and how it is committed, the crime is committed. Then next question is, who committed the crime? So forensic science establishes the identity of the culprit through personal clues like fingerprints, footprints, blood drops, hair, etc. These are the physical evidences. By examining the physical evidences, forensic science establishes the identity of culprit. Then objects left by him at the scene and the victim or carried from the scene and from the victim. So from these objects also, forensic science, by examining these objects also, forensic science establishes the identity of the culprit. That means the second point is like the objects left by him at the scene and with the victim or carried from the scene and from the victim. That is Lockhart's principle. Every contact leaves a trace. So when the culprit enters to a crime scene and he committed crime, he contacted with the victim and some things of the victim is transferred to the culprit, and from the scene of crime something will be on the culprit. So these kind of things can link the crime scene with the culprit. So the forensic scientist can identify who is the culprit. So from that examinations of these physical evidences, they can establish the identity of the culprit. So the answer for the question who committed the crime is done. So these are the three questions answered by the forensic science. Has a crime committed, and how and when was the crime committed, and who committed the crime? Forensic evaluations have progressed tremendously in these recent times, and it has crossed all physical barriers as far as the analysis of the evidentiary clues are concerned. Even a tiniest clue, like in a nanogram or microgram and beyond, can be analyzed using these scientific methods. So the science is therefore in a position to provide the help practically in all the cases and helps in the criminal justice administration. And forensic science helps the criminal justice system by some, they are helping a lot, like forensic helps for administrating the criminal justice system, and these are the points. It provides leads to the investigation. The forensic science is providing a lead for the investigation and establishes whether the scene is real or fake. Maybe I can say, like, if a person is faking, like some kind of crime occurred in the place, for example arson cases means fire, like I am an owner of a factory or an organization, and for getting insurance for that, for my company, what I will do, I will fire the company for my, as my own. If I have any debt or something like that, what I will do, I will fire the company myself, and I will tell to police that accidentally it happened, or somebody did this, committed this crime. So what should I do? Like that, he will give a complaint. So this is a fake case because he only committed the crime and he is telling that another person did that, or by accident it happened. So as for establishing whether the scene is real or fake, forensic science and the scientific method, scientific examination will help. Then to locate hidden clues, correct clues, and also proper samples for comparison. So for locating the proper samples, for locating the hidden and correct samples, correct clues for the comparison, forensic scientist has a great role. Forensic scientists will go to the crime scene, and what they will do, they will collect all the proper samples for the correct examination and analysis. So for the better result, what we told, better analysis is needed, and for better analysis, what we need, better evidentiary clues, the better collection of evidentiary clues, and better preservation of these clues should be there. So forensic scientists they know how to collect, they know how to preserve it, and they know how to transport it to the forensic lab, and they know how to analyze it. So forensic scientist has a great have a great role in this collection and preservation of physical evidences. Then verifies the prediction version, defense, and finds the correct version. And like, science is a proof, it is a proven thing. So the forensic scientists, what they will do, by scientific examination and all, they will verify it is a predicted version, it is not predicted thing, it should be correct version. So what they will do, they verify the predicted version and finds the correct version. Then saves the innocent accused by delinking him with the clues, with the victim, or with the scene of crime. So what they will do, they will, if an innocent person is suspected and some clues were against him, some manipulations were happened, and he was the innocent person was the suspect. If he is the suspect, what the forensic scientists will do, they will do all the possible examination, and they will try to de-link him with the clues. If it is not linked with this person, they can save the innocent. Then identifies the victim in cases of putrefaction or mutilation of the body. If an unidentified body or a skeletal remain of some skeletal remain of a person, or a putrefied body or mutilated body, if at all is found in some places, forensic science will help to identify the victim and who is the person. Then identify the correct crime weapon, like in some case maybe like sword is used, or a firearm is used, or a blunt weapon or a sharp weapon is used. So by identifying the wound or from the body of the victim, they can identify the correct crime weapon, the weapon used for injuring the person, they can identify. Then establishes the sequence of events. Sequence of events means by seeing the crime scene and by examining the crime scene, and after all the examination they can find out what all things has happened in that crime scene, like how the like culprit entered to the, if at all it is in a room or in a house, how he entered to the room, or what all things he had done, and all those things, how he committed the crime, all those things they can form in a sequence and establishes the sequence of events. So this is how forensic science helps the criminal justice system, provides leads to the investigation, establishes whether the scene is real or fake, locates hidden clues, correct clues, and also proper samples for comparison, verifies the prediction version, defends and finds the correct version, saves the innocent accused by delinking him with the clues, with the victim or with scene of crime, then identifies the victim in cases of putrefaction or mutilation of the body, identifying the correct crime weapon, establishes sequence of events. Then these all functions is can be successful, or if the investigation has to move further very successfully, the investigating officer should know how to do some things in the crime scene while entering to the crime scene. The application of forensic investigation of a crime can be effective only if the investigating officer knows the nature of physical evidences to be collected. Like so many things will be in the crime scene, so he has to collect appropriate material that can help to link with the suspect with the crime scene. So the investigating officer should know what all the physical evidences to be collected and where it is found and how it is collected. So there are some method for collecting the evidence and for packing the evidence and for preserving the evidence. So he should be very much careful in while collecting the evidence and packing the evidence and preserving the evidence. When these things are correct, then only the analysis of the sample can be successful. So the investigating officer should know how it is collected, how it is packed, and how it is preserved. Now next thing is what standard samples for comparison purpose are necessary. For comparing a thing, we discussed earlier, like law of comparison, likes can compare it. If an unlike material is they are sending for comparing with the suspected sample, then we can't compare the materials. So he should know that what samples for comparison purpose are necessary. Then how much sample is required, for the analysis purpose, then how sampling is done. So the investigating officer should know all these things, the nature of physical evidences to be collected, where it is found, how it is collected, packed and preserved, what standard samples for comparison purpose are necessary, how much standard is required, how sampling is done. The investigating officer, he needs both theoretical and practical training for this, and so many institutions are providing this kind of practical and theoretical knowledge and training for the investigating officer. So before going to a crime scene, the investigating officer should practice all such kind of things, then only the forensic science can perform its function successful. So these are the functions of forensic science. If you have any doubts regarding this, you can ask. So we will clear in the next sessions. So thank you.